Many Ways to Make Coffee by www.buyorganiccoffee.org. For coffee lovers, there are many ways to make coffee. Espresso is the basis for all coffee house coffees. Coffee made at home is brewed with a percolator or a K-cup. If you are of an age and grew up on a farm, you may remember egg coffee, in which coffee grounds are boiled in a large pot and 2 cracked open whole eggs are added. Residents of the Colombia coffee growing region, the Cafetero, commonly make pour-over coffee by grinding whole coffee beans and putting in a cloth bag and then pouring boiled water over them. Or you may prefer a French press, Ibrick, or café a la olla. Do you add cream, milk, or sugar? Which of the many ways to make coffee is the best? Best coffee beans for the best coffee. No matter what process you use to make coffee, better coffee beans make better coffee. The 2 varieties of coffee are Arabica and Robusta. Robusta is a bigger plant that produces sooner, produces more, has more caffeine, and is less prone to coffee plant diseases. Arabica is better tasting, has superior aroma, is more prone to plant diseases, and has less caffeine. The best coffee beans for the best coffee flavor come from Arabica plants. Fresh coffee beans give you better flavor and aroma, so ideally you have green coffee beans and you roast just enough each day to make coffee. That is how coffee houses operate. If you buy whole bean roasted coffee, keep the beans intact and only grind what you need to make coffee. If you buy ground coffee, you should purchase smaller quantities, as this is the least fresh coffee. In all cases, coffee from Colombia is your safest and best choice. Good water for good coffee. For good coffee, make sure to use filtered or bottled water if your tap water has a high chlorine content. A tablespoonful or 2 is how much ground coffee to use per 6-ounce cup of coffee. Making espresso takes 30 seconds, while a French press system takes about 2 minutes before depressing the plunger. Drip coffee makers take about 5 minutes to make coffee. Coffee brews best at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Coffee is always best right after it is brewed, no matter what method you use to make coffee. In the Colombian Cafetero in Manizales, Colombia, at Buy Organic Coffee, we make pour-over coffee using a cotton bag. Grind the coffee very finely, boil water, and let it rest for a minute before pouring over the grounds. Coffee from the coffee shop. You will need an espresso maker for coffee house coffee. This system forces water at the boiling point through very finely ground coffee. This process results in the strongest taste, higher caffeine content, and a thicker consistency in 1-ounce portions. By adding steamed milk, you get latte, and by adding chocolate syrup, you get mocha. If you want Americano, just dilute your espresso half and half with water. Americano got its name when Europeans realized that post-World War II GIs wanted coffee like their moms made on the farm in Ohio, Illinois, or Iowa, about half the strength of a good espresso. For more insights and useful information about organic coffee, visit www.buyorganiccoffee.org.